Okay, good day po. So for today, we're going to discuss the first lesson of the logic circuits and switching theory, which is the number system. So let us start. So let us start with the number system. So when we say number system, it is a basis for counting various items. So ginagamit po natin siya sa pagbilang ng iba't ibang items. The same way kung paano natin ginagamit ang numbers on counting ng kahit na anong bagay or sa kahit na anong calculations. Modern computers communicate and operate with binary numbers. So pag sinabi po natin binary numbers, this is a number system na gumagamit lamang po ng dalawang digit. From the word itself, binary. So bi means 2. So ang magiging digit niyan is 0 and 1 only. So pag sinabi mong 0, it is a false or off state or a low voltage. Kung halimbawang electrical signal yan. Kapag 1 naman, 1 means true or on state kung sa switching, or in terms of voltage or current, it means a high voltage or a high current, which only uses the digits 0 and 1. Kasi nga ang ginagamit natin or yung common na alam natin na basic number system is the decimal number system, no? Ang decimal number system na ginagamit po natin ay merong base na 10, which means it has 10 digits. The 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, 10 digit po lahat yon. Kapag binary naman po, ang digits lang natin is dalawa because it has a base 2, which is only 0 and 1. So, yan po yung ginagamit ng computer system as its machine language. So, nag-work lang siya sa 0 or 1, which means on kapag 1, kapag 0, off state. Kapag ka 1, it means high voltage or high level voltage. Kapag ka 0, it means low voltage, no? Or low voltage signal. So, example, let us consider the number 18. So, the decimal number 18 can be represented in binary as 10010. So, sa binary, wala kang ibang makikitang number kung hindi 0 at 1 lang. Sa decimal number system, ang makikita mong numero is magre-range from 0 up to 9. So, paano po naging yan, no? Paano po yan naging 10010 yung 18? So, ganito po yung mangyayari, ano? So, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 yung ating 18, di ba? So, magiging first place dyan or yung magiging ones na part dyan ng binary, that is equivalent to 2 raised to 0, yung nasa unahan. Then yung pangalawa, that is 2 raised to 1. Then yung pangatlo, 2 raised to 2. Pang-apat, 2 raised to 3. Then ito naman, 2 raised to 4. So, itong 2 raised to 0 na to, that is equivalent to 1. So, any number raised to 0 is 1. Ito namang 2 raised to 1 is 2. 2 raised to 2 is 4. 2 raised to 3 is 8. 2 raised to 4 is 16. So, we can see merong pattern, ano? So, that's 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 18. 18 times 2 is 16. So, paano po siya naging 18? Lahat ng, lahat ng may 1, yun lang yung ika-count natin, which is si 16 tsaka si 2. So, therefore, 16 plus 2 is 18. Or, ang pwede po natin gawin dyan, 1 times 16 is 16. 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 2 is 0. Then, 1 times 2 pala is 2. Then, 0 times 1 is 0, no? So, that will give us 16 plus 2, which is 18. So, ganun po ginagawa yung binary. Okay, so halimbawa naman, ano? So, alam na natin, ano? So, meron tayong 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Yun, next yan is 32. Halimbawa naman yung decimal number 22. Saan po natin, paano natin siya i-write as binary? Yung decimal number 22, halimbawa lang, no? Decimal number 22 or 22 with the base 10, paano natin siya i-write as binary? So, hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng 1 yung 32 kasi lagpas na yan. So, ilalagay natin ng 1 yung 16. So, kapag naglagay ka ng 1 sa 8, 16 plus 8 is 24. So, lagpas. 16 plus 4 naman is 20. So, sakto siya, 20. 16 plus 4 is 20. 16 plus 4, ano pa nang isa dagdag? So, plus 2, no? 16 plus 4 plus 2 is 22. 16 plus 4, 20. Plus 2, 22. So, therefore, yung decimal 22, in terms of binary, pwede natin siyang ma-write as 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. So, ito yung magiging binary equivalent niya, no? Ng 22, which is a decimal number. Itong subscript na tan na yan is denotion yan na decimal number system. So, ito pwede nating lagyan to ng sub 2 to denote na we are using the binary number system. So, yun lang po, ano? So next, we observe that binary number system take more digits to represent. So tama po, kapag gumamit ka ng binary number system, ang haba po nung magiging strings mo. We're going to have a very large binary strings. So pwede siyang maging 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, no? So sobrang haba. So because of that, because of this fact, it gave rise to 3 new number systems or iba pang number system like the octal number system, the hexadecimal number system. Sa reference kasi sinama nilang BCD, pero upon research is hindi kasama si BCD sa number system. Pero ipaliwanag ko na lang rin si BCD maya-maya. So kapag sabi natin octal number system, from the word itself, octal or 8, which means yung magiging base mo dyan is 8. So dahil base mo ang 8, so therefore, ang dami ng digits mo is 8 rin. So those are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 8 lahat yan. Kapag hexadecimal naman, hexa means 6, decimal means 10. So hexadecimal would mean 16. So ang base po natin rito ay 16. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So, 10 po lahat yan. 10 numerical digit, ano? So, 16 dapat. 16 digits, di ba? So, kulang ka pa. So, dahil kulang ka pa, ang idadagdag mo na is yung letters. So, meron kang A, B, C, D, E, then F. So, magdadagdag ka ng letters, no? After nung maubos mo yung 10 digits na yon. So, yung letter A po sa hexa would represent 10. Yung letter B naman sa hexa would represent 11. Letter C would represent 12. Letter D is 13. And then letter E is 14. And then yung letter F po is 15 po yung katumbas niyan sa hexa. For binary coded decimal number system naman or BCD, ito po yung ginagawa niyan. That is a group of 4 ng binary number system. So, halimbawa, let's take the number 68. So, group of 4 binary number system, no? So, ang number 6 po sa binary ay 0, 1, 1, 0. Ang 8 naman sa binary is 1, 2, 4, 8. Ang 8 naman sa binary ay 1, 0, 0, 0. So, ito po yung magiging BCD natin. Ano? So, ito naman is yung magiging decimal number system, 6, 8. So, yung 6, ginawa siyang group of 4-digit binary, no? So, 6, i-convert mo sa 4-digit binary. Yung 8, i-convert mo rin sa 4-digit na binary. So, yun naman yung binary coded decimal number system or BCD. So, ang tandaan lang po natin is yung decimal number system, octal, binary, decimal, binary, octal, and then hexa decimal number system. So, we have the decimal number system. Kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, na yan po ay may base or decimal number system with base. Kapag sabi nating base, we can also call it as radix, no? With base 10. Ibig sabihin, 10 digits din yung meron dyan, no? 0 to 9, that is 10 digits or coefficients. Then, for binary number system, we have radix or base 2. 2-digit lang rin po yung makikita natin 0 tsaka 1. Then for octal, we have 8 for its base or its radix. And ang coefficient lang or yung digits na lang is 0 up to 7. Then for hexa, same sinabi ko sa kanina, 16 yung kanyang radix or base. That is from 0 to 9, 10 lang yan. So magdadagdag ka pa ng 6, which is A, B, C, D, E, F. So once again, ulitin ko lang, ang A po dyan is equivalent to 10, B is equivalent to 11, C is equivalent to 12, D is equivalent to 13, E is equivalent to 14, and F is equivalent to 15. Naging letters lang po siya, no? To define any number system, we have to specify its base of the number system such as 2, 8, 10, or 16. Kasi as you can see, ano, yung mga number system natin, may mga nag-overlap po kasi sila na nag-overlap sila na digit. So, to avoid confusion, we should specify kung anong number system po yung ginagamit natin. Halimbawa, pwede kang magkaroon ng 47 na decimal, di ba? Pwede ka rin magkaroon ng 47 na octal number system. And then, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng 47 na hexadecimal number system. So, to avoid confusion, mas maganda po na ilagay mo yung sub 10, sub 8, or sub 16 kung ano po yung ginagamit mong number system. So, kapag halimbawang wala naman pong nakalagay, that is presumed or that is accepted as decimal number system. Kapag nagsulat tayo ng decimal number system, hindi natin nilalagay yung kanyang base kasi that is understood as base 10. Halimbawa naman, nagsulat ka ng binary. So, ilagay mo 1, 0, 1, 1, sub 2 to denote its binary. Kasi possible rin naman magkaroon ng 1, 0, 1, 1 na octal. 1, 0, 1, 1 na decimal and 1, 0, 1, 1 na hexadecimal. So, hindi po malabong mangyari yon. Kaya, to avoid confusion, ilalagay mo yung kanyang base. The base decides the total number of digits available in that number system. As you can see kanina, no? Nilagay na natin kung ano yung mga digits or ano yung mga coefficient na available depende po sa number system na yung ginagamit. And then next, the first digit in the number system is always 0. And the last digit in the number system is always base 1. So, yung nasa unahan is always 0. And yung nasa hulihan is always naka-base na 1. Kasi diba any number is to 0 is equal to 1. In general, a positive number can be written in this form. So, una, we can write it as a positional notation. So, ano yung positional notation? Positional notation, kagaya lang rin po nung ginawa natin kanina, no? So, halimbawa, 36 base 8. No? So, that is positional notation. Or, we can write it as about 1998 base 10. Then, pwede natin siyang masulat as polynomial notation. Ang polynomial notation naman is the expanded version, no, ng positional notation. So, let's take for example yung 1998. 1998 with the base 10. So, yung magiging polynomial notation mo dyan, that is equal to, yan ay, di ba ang ano natin kanina rito sa binary, ginawa natin dito kanina, yung 8 na yan, anong sa taas nito, di ba that is 10 raised to 0. Kanina ka sa binary, 2 raised to 0. So, kapag base 10, 10 raised to 0. Yung 9 naman, 10 raised to 1. Isang 9, 10 raised to 2. Isa pang 9 is 10 raised to 3. So, ano yan? So, that is 1 times 10 raised to, ano nga ito? 3. Plus, itong 1 pa lang na to. Itong 9 naman, 9 times 10 raised to 2. Then, isa pang 9. Plus 9 times 10 raised to 1, which is 10. Then, plus 8 times 10 raised to 0. Kanina ang ginamit natin doon sa binary, 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4. So, kapag iba na yung ano mo, base mo or radix mo, syempre papalitan mo na siya, no? Etong 10 raised to 3 na to is actually 1 times 1,000. Kasi yung 1 na to is nasa thousands place siya, di ba? Plus, yung 9 naman, ang 10 raised to 2, equivalent yan sa 100. Kasi nasa hundreds place ito. Plus, yung 9 na to, times 10 raised to 1, which is 10. Kasi nasa tens place siya. Plus 8 times 10 raised to 0 or times 1. Ang 10 raised to 0 is 1 din yan. Any number raised to 0 is 1. Kasi nasa ones place siya. So, yan po yung reason bakit siya tinawag ng ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, ito, magiging sagot mo rito, which is, pag sinimplify mo, di ba, magiging 1,000 plus 900 plus 90 plus 8. Which will give you 1,998. So, yun po yung kanyang polynomial notation. So, basically, that is expanded form. So, same concept will apply dito sa 36 base 8. Okay, so try naman natin yung 36 base 8. So, we have 36 base 8. So, ano tong nasa unahan? That is, ito magiging 8 raised to 0, which is equal to 1. Ito naman, 8 raised to 1. So, ang magiging equivalent nito is 3 times 8 raised to 1 para sa kanyang polynomial. Plus, 6 times 8 raised to 0. So, 3 times 8 raised to 1, which is 24, plus 6 times 8 raised to 0. Ang 8 raised to 0 is 1, di ba? So, magiging 6 times 1 na lang ito. So, that will give us 30, no? 30 siya sa decimal equivalent. So, actually, that's one way kung ito talaga yung magiging polynomial, notation mo. Pero pag sinolve mo nga siya, ito yung magiging decimal equivalent niya. 30 base 10. So, yun lang po yun, no? Kumbaga, ang ginawa mo lang dyan, in-expand mo lang siya. O, ganun din. Halimbawa, meron tayong 1011 base 2. Ito, alam na natin ito no? So, ito ay 2 raised to 0, which is 1. Ito naman 2 raised to 1 which is 2. Ito naman pangatlo, 2 raised to 3 which is 2 raised to 1. Ito 2 raised to 2 which is 4. And then, itong pang-apat, 2 raised to 3 which is 8. So, paano yan, no? So, that will be 1 times 2 raised to 3. Ito yun, yung 8. Plus 0 times 2 raised to 2. Ito yun, yung 4. Plus 1 times 2 raised to 1. Ito yun. Plus 1 times 2 raised to 0. So, 1 times 2 raised to 3, yan ay 8. Plus 0 times 2 raised to 2, which is 4. Plus 1 times 2 raised to 1, 2. Plus 1 times 2 raised to 0, which is 1. So, that is 8. Ito, 0 to. Ito naman, 2. Ito, 1. So, equivalent decimal niya, 8, 9, 10, 11, no? 11 yung equivalent decimal niya. Pero ito yung kanyang polynomial notation. So, ito pa yung kanyang polynomial notation. Okay, actually, pwede natin makompute yan. 8. Then, ito naman, yung 4 times 0, wala. 2 times 1, 2. Then, 1 times 1, no? So, 11 talaga. 8 times 2 plus 1 is 11 in decimal. So, ito pa yung mga example ng positional notation kanina, no? This decimal, base 10. This binary. This octal. This is hexadecimal. Then, ito po yung ating numbers with different bases. So, itong unang column, naka-decimal ito. Yung pangalawang column, ito naka-binary. Yung pangatlong column, naka-octal. And then, yung pang-apat, hexadecimal. So, ang 0 sa decimal, ito po siya sa binary. Ito siya sa octal. Ito siya sa hexadecimal. Yung 4 sa decimal, ito siya sa binary. Ito siya sa octal. Ito siya sa hexadecimal. Halimbawa, yung 13 sa decimal, ito siya sa binary. Ito siya sa octal. And ito naman siya sa hexadecimal. So, masasolve po natin yan ng madali. So, ano nga itong sa unahan nito? Ito ay 1. Ito naman, 2. Ito 4. Ito ay 8. Try natin tong 13. 1 kay 8. Yung katapat ni 8, 1 siya. So, 8. Naka-on state. Yung sa tapat ni 4, naka-1 rin. Plus 4. Sa katapat ni 2, naka-0. Plus 0. And then, yung katapat naman ni 1 is naka-1. So, plus 1. So, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1 is 13. Diba? 13 siya. Ito, try natin tong 15 na to. Yung octal na 15, anong katapat nito? Diba ito ay 1? Kasi 8 raised to 0 is 1. Ito naman, 8 raised to 1 which is 8. So, 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 5 is... Okay, 1 times 5 is 5. So, 8 plus 5 is still 13, no? So, kagaya lang rin kanina, 13. Ito sa decimal, 13. Tingnan natin itong sa D. Itong D naman kasi talaga is 13. Kasi ito yung pang 10, yung A, 11 yung B, 12 yung C, 13 yung D. So, ayun po, no? Madali lang siyang tandaan. So, next po natin gagawin is the number-based conversions. So, from decimal, gagawin po natin siyang binary. So, ano po yung rule? So, we have decimal 234.828125 base 10. Ko-convert natin siya into its binary equivalent. So, ang gagawin po natin is to divide the integral part repeatedly by 2. So, continuous division nito by 2. and use the remainders as answers. Multiply the fractional part repeatedly by 2 and use the carries as answers. So, papakita ko po. So, mapapansin nyo merong decimal point ito. So, ang unahin mo muna is yung whole number. Mamaya na itong fractional part. Unahin muna natin guys yung integral part, which is yung whole number, which is 2, 3, 4 muna, no? Ito muna, 2, 3, 4 muna yung bigyan natin ng pansin. Okay. So, ito po yung gagawin. 2, 3, 4 over 2. Anong sagot? Yan po ay 117 at ang remainder po niyan ay 0 kasi saktong-sakto siyang 117. The next, si 117, i-divide po natin siya by 2. Yan po ay 58.5. Or, pwede natin yang isulat as 58. And then, yung 0.5 na ito, multiply mo ng 2. 2 times 0.5 is 1. So, that is remainder 1. 58 remainder 1 yung 58.5. Okay, nakukuha. And then, next na natin si 58. 58 over 2. That will give us 29, saktong-sakto, which means that is 29 remainder 0. Itapat ko lang yung mga remainder. Remainder 0 kanina ito. And then ito naman 29 remainder 0. The next naman, si 29, divide po natin siya by 2. That will give us 14.5. So, copy si 14 kasi siya yung whole number. And then 0, mali ako rito. 29 over 2. 29 over 2 is 14.5. So, copy si 14. And then 0.5 times 2, di ba yan ay 1. So, that means remainder 1. So, 14.5 is actually equal din kay 14 remainder 1. The next, copy si 14. Divide ulit natin siya by 2. That will give us 7. Ang remainder niyan ay 0. The next niyan, si 7, divide natin siya kay 2. That will give us 3.5. Or that is equal to 3. 0.5 times 2 is 1. So, remainder 1. Then, 3 over 2. That will give us 1.5. So, copy lang si 1. 0.5 times 2 is 1. So, remainder 1. 3 over 2 is 1, remainder 1. And then, 1 over 2 is equal to 0.5. So, copy si 0 kasi 0.5. And then, 0.5 times 2 is 1. So, 0, remainder 1. So, ngayon, paano po natin malalaman dyan yung ating magiging binary? So, yung binary po natin dyan ay magsisimula po yan dito sa baba pataas. So, ang 2, 3, 4 po ay equivalent to ang sagot natin sa 2, 3, 4 2, 3, 4 pa lang to 1, 1 mula sa baba. Kasi nag-0 na yung sagot mo rito no? So, pag nag-0 na yan, stop ka na. So, ito yung remainder yung kukunin mo. 1, 1 1 0 1 0, 1, 0. O, tama, di ba? 1, 1, 1 0, 1 wait lang. 0, 1 0, 1, 0. So, ito po yung katumbas ng 2, 3, 4. Kaya, sa answer natin, yan yung sinulat natin, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 pa lang yun, ha? Yung whole number pa lang. May decimal point ito dito, di ba? So, lalagay mo siya ng decimal point. Tsaka mo ngayon, gagawin yung sa part ni fraction. Yung 0.828125. So, gawin na natin, no? Okay, gawin natin siya. Ang sabi rito, multiply the fractional part of repeatedly by 2. So, multiply na lang natin siya ng 2 and use the carries as answer. So, 0.828125. Multiply daw natin siya ng 2. Okay. 0.828125 times 2. That will give us 1.65625. Ngayon, kukunin mo tong 1 na to. Tapos niyan, yung 0.65625 lang yung gagalawin mo. Ito. So, next mong gagawin dyan, 0.65625. Multiply mo ulit siya by 2. (0.65625) times 2 and it will give you, okay, ang bibigyan niya sa sagot ay 1.3125. So once again, kunin mo to. So 1. Yung 0.3125, yan yung multiply mo sa 2. Now, it will give you 0.625. So, kukunin mo tong 0 na to. Dito siya. So, yung 0.625 na lang, yung i-multiply mo sa 2. Kasi ano to may iwan to 0.625. So, kaya kinuha natin siya multiply by 2. 0.625 times 2 is 1.25. So, once again, kukunin natin na to 1. And then, 0.25 yung dadalhin sa kasunod. 0.25 times 2 is equal to okay, 0.5. So, kukunin natin si 0. Wait lang guys, hindi kasi nagpantay Ito yung kanina. 1.25 dito banda. Yung 0.625, okay, dito siya banda. Kasi nagpantay-pantay yung sulat. Ito na to. Dito siya banda. Yan. The next niyan, kukunin natin tong 0 na to. Maiwan si 0.5, di ba? Kasi ito yung ilalagay natin dito. 0.5 times 2. And that will give you 1. Basically, 1 is 1.0, di ba? So, kunin mo tong 1 na to. Ayan na. Then, 0 times 2 is, kunin mo to. 0 times 2. That will give you 0. Wala na to. Nag-0 na no? Finish na yan. So, next pong gagawin, di ba kanina mula sa baba pa itaas yung ginawa natin. Dito naman, ang gagawin naman natin, mula naman po sa taas, paibaba naman yan. So, baliktad siya, no? Kaya, ang sagot natin sa 0.828125 sa binary is equal to 1, 0.11, ito yun, 11, 0, 1, 0, 1. So, ito po yung kanyang magiging counterpart na fraction, no? In binary. So, kaya po yan yung naging sagot natin. So, 234.828125 base 10 is equal to 111011010.11001. So, yan po yung ating final answer. So, checking. Paano po natin matlalaman kung tama or mali yung ating sagot? Kasi kung hindi mo yun i-check, hindi mo alam kung tama or mali. Ganito lang po yan, no? So, ito, mag-start ka bilang 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, therefore, ito ay 1 times 2 raised to 7. Next naman na 1, plus 1 times 2 raised to 6, plus 1 times 2 raised to 5, plus 0 times 2 raised to 4, ito yon. Then, plus 1 times 2 raised to 3, ito naman yon. Then, plus 1, 0 pala to, no? Plus 0 times 2 raised to 2. Ito yon. Then, next is plus 1 times 2 raised to 1. Ito yon, no? Then, plus 0 times 2 raised to 0. Ito po yun, yung part na to. So, ito, 1 times 2 raised to 7. Ito, 1 times 2 raised to 6. 1 times 2 raised to 5. 0 times 2 raised to 4. 1 times 2 raised to 3. 0 times 2 raised to 2. 1 times 2 raised to 1. 0 times 2 raised to 0. So, tingnan natin kung ilan lahat yan. Kumbaga, naka-polynomial notation ka rito. Okay, the answer is 2, 3, 4. So, tama siya, no? 2, 3, 4. Nakuha natin yung whole number. Ang next pong gagawin is yung kanyang fractional component. So, paano gagawin sa kanyang fractional component? Bayan natin ng kulay. So, dito tayo, no? Ito, hindi ka na magsimula sa 0. 1 na ito. Ito, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ganito po yan, no? So, unahin ko to. So, that is 1 times 2 raised to negative 1. Then, ito naman, pangalawa, plus 1 times 2 raised to negative 2. Then, yung pangatlo, plus 0 times 2 raised to negative 3. Then, yung pang-apat, plus 1 times 2 raised to negative 4. Then, yung pang-lima, plus 1 times 2 raised to negative 5. Then, yung pang-anim, plus, mali pala, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 pala to. 0 times 2 raised to negative 5. Then, pang-anim naman is 1 times 10 raised to times 2. Times 2 raised to negative 6. Ito yun, no? Yung panghuli. So, try natin siya i-calculate. Okay, ang lumabas po sa calculator ko ay 0.828125. So, pag pinag-plus mo yung dalawang yan, basically ang sagot ay 234.828125. So, tama po yung sagot. Okay? So, ganun lang po siya kadali. So, to make it short, halimbawa, meron kang 1, 0, 1.1101. So, ganito lang yan, no? So, bilangin mo, 0, 1, 2. So, ito, 0, 1, 2. Kapag dito ka sa kaliwa, mag-start ka sa 0 kasi ones digit yan, ones, tens, hundreds to, no? Kapag ka decimal. Pero dito kasi, naka-raise to 0 kasi ito parate. Kaya 0, 1, 2. So, ito magiging multiply mo lang to sa 2 times 10 raised to, 2 raised to 2. Ito naman, multiply mo to sa 2 raised to 1. This one, multiply mo naman to sa 2 raised to 0. Then, dito naman sa kabila, 1 1, negative 1, negative 2. Ito, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So, ito ay negative 1. So, multiply mo siya kay 2 raised to negative 1. Ito naman, 2 raised to negative 2. Then ito, 2 raised to negative 3. Ito naman, 2 raised to negative 4. Kung mapapansin nyo guys, lumalabas, ito ay, okay, tingnan nyo yung pattern. Lumalabas ito ay 2 raised to 2. Ito, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 0. Yung kasunod, 2 raised to negative 1, 2 raised to negative 2, 2 raised to negative 3, 2 raised to negative 4. So, tingnan nyo yung pattern. Parang number line, di ba? 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Doon mo siya i-multiply. So, ganyan din po yung concept na gagamitin kapag ka octal, decimal, tsaka hexadecimal. Same concept. Mapapalitan lang tong 1011. May makita na tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. Pero same na same ng concept lang. Okay, so hopefully po nagigets. Next tayo. Next is decimal to octal. Kung kanina, nag-repeated division tayo by 2, decimal to octal naman, ang gagawin natin dito ay re-repeated division po tayo by 8 para sa whole number. And then, para naman sa kanyang fractional component or decimal, ay hindi siya decimal fractional component kasi nga, ano to no? Tama, decimal to, no? Decimal kasi decimal number system pala. Para naman sa kanyang decimal part or fractional component, multiply mo naman siya by 8 naman and use the carries as answer. Dito remainder. So, gawin na po natin. So, unahin natin si 2, 3, 4. So, 2, 3, 4 divided by 8 is equal to 29.25. So, that means this is 29 remainder. Copy mo yung whole number, no? 29. 0.25, i-multiply mo kay 8. 0.25 times 8. That means remainder 2. So, copy 29. Divide natin kay 8. That is equal to 3.625. So, it means 3 remainder. Para makuha mo yung remainder niya, 0.625 times 8. Which is 5. Then, copy 3. Divide lang natin siya kay 8. That will give you 0.375. Which means, copy 0. Remainder. 0.375 times 8. That is 3. Sa case na ito, na-reach na po natin ang 0. Pag na-reach mo na yung 0, kagaya kanina sa decimal to binary, ihinto ka na kasi 0 na yung lumabas. Then, yung prioritization natin rito, mula sa baba, paitaas. So, the answer ng 234, para sa 234, is equal to, at 234 base 10, ang katumbas po niyan, is equal to 352 ng base 8, no? Para sa octal. Kaya ang sagot rito, 352. Kasi 234 ito. So, ganun lang po siya kadali. So, ang isusunod naman po natin dito ay yung ating fractional part, no? Multiply lang natin siya by 8 and then use the carries as answer. So, meron tayong 0.82 8125 na naka-base 10. Multiply lang natin siya by 8. Ang makukuha po natin ay 6.625. So once again, copy mo yung 6. Then, yung 0.625, siya yung ipoproseso natin. 0.625. Multiply natin siya by 8. That will give you 5. Kung mapapansin mo, wala na rito kasi 5, eksaktong 5. So 5.0 yon. So copy 5. Oh, let's say for example, i-process natin 0. So 0 times 8, that will give you 0. So malamang tapos ka na kasi wala na kasunod, 0 na. So the correct answer is mula sa taas, pababa. So that is 650 or 65 lang kasi ano na rin naman to, insignificant yung 0, 6.5 lang. Pag sumakto na or na-reach mo na yung 0, tama na, no? So, ito lang yung kukunin natin, 6.5. So, ibig sabihin, ang 0.828125 in base 10 is equivalent to 65 in base 8, no? 0.65 in base 8 kasi nga may decimal to. So, pagsamahin natin yung sagot natin kanina, 352 tsaka 65. So, ito na nga yun, no? 352.65. So, therefore, we can conclude na yung 234. Okay, sulitin ko lang, no? So, we can conclude na yung 234.828125 is equal to 352.65 in base 8. Ayan. Yan po yung answer. So, we can do checking once again, ano? Paano po tayo mag-checking? Kagaya lang rin kanina. So, ito po yung magiging checking natin. Ay. Okay, so burahin lang natin. So, same technique lang po ito para sa lahat, ano? Ulitin ko lang na meron tayong 352.65. Convert natin siya ng decimal, pabalik, ano? So, ito, yung tapat ng 2, magko-correspond yan sa 8 raised to 0. Yung tapat ni 5, magko-correspond yan sa 8 raised to 1. Yung tapat ni 3, magko-correspond yan kay 8 raised to 3. Yung tapat ni 6 will correspond to 8 raised to negative 1. And yung tapat ni 5 will correspond to 8 raised to negative 2. So, yung magiging polynomial notation yan will be, unahin natin ito. So, that will be 3 times 8 raised to 3 plus, next natin si 5. 5 times 8 raised to 1 plus, si 2 naman, 2 times 8 raised to 0. Pwede natin nang idugtong yung decimal dyan, no? Sunod-sunod rin na plus 6 times 8 raised to negative 1. Ito yun. And then kay 5 naman, plus 5 times 8 raised to negative 2. Tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging decimal equivalent niya using calculator. Ay, mali pala ako guys, ano? Ito, mali to. Dapat ito ay 8 raised to 2 pala to. So, nagkamali ako. 8 raised to 2. Kasi 0, 1, 2. So, therefore, ito, 8 raised to 2 lang dapat ito. Okay, so that will give us 234.828125 in decimal. So therefore, tama po itong sagot na ito. Okay, so next po tayo.